Inspiration is everywhere. And yet, people seem to limit themselves to just a few sources. Music, museums, social media, whether that's Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, but there's so many other places in which you can find and feel inspired, which is exactly what we're gonna be talking about in this video, is how you can find inspiration. By the way, I'm gonna be referencing fashion a lot in this video, but everything that we're gonna be discussing can be used for literally any situation, even outside of the fashion world. Now, I feel like most people often get inspiration and imitation mixed up. Inspiration is a weird emotion because within inspiration is a mix of many other emotions, but above all of those emotions is excitement. As for imitation, you're pretty much just copying the work of someone else's creative expression. If you were to see someone wearing an outfit that you really liked and you went outside the next day wearing the same exact outfit from head to toe, then that's pretty much just a ripoff of someone else's expression. But if you were to see his outfits and say to yourself, wow, that's a super cool outfit, I want to recreate that outfit so that it fits my own sense of style and creative expression. It's comparable to an artist seeing a painting and just flat out copying that person's art. You can look at the painting and take bits and pieces from that, sort of like a sample. Now, we see musicians do this, artists, designers, pretty much every single creation has been influenced by the work of somebody else. I really like Diana Vreeland's quote where she says the eye has to travel, because it ties into the fact that in order to open paths for creativity or acquire inspiration, you need to explore, have new experiences, and see the world outside of the box that you've been living in. And most importantly, you need to keep your eyes open. I know you can't see my eyes right now, but trust me, they're as open as they could fucking be. And I know this sounds so simple, but this is the number one most important thing to do when finding inspiration, and it could also be the most difficult. I see it all the time when I'm walking outside. People are always looking down at their phone, or at the ground, or just not being observant of their surroundings. But if you stop to take in your environment, you may be able to see something beautiful or even horrific. You might see someone trip on a rock, bird feeding its chick. Life is so easy to miss, especially when you're consumed by your phone or cloudy thoughts in your mind that fog up your vision. And yeah, I know you can find inspiration on your phone or on your computer, but the deepest inspiration you're going to feel is when you could reach your fucking hand out and actually feel it for yourself, or see it with your own eyes, or hear something in real life. I think Yoji Yamamoto did a great job in saying this, but to paraphrase, it's easy to see something online, but to be able to reach your hand out and see the cracks and details of something, it's much more of a raw emotion. I could look up the Mona Lisa right now. We've all seen it a million times, but if I were to go to Paris and see it for myself, I'm gonna feel a lot more inspired by looking at the painting. And I also want to point out that you can find inspiration in not just the things you see, but the things you hear as well. Someone's voice, the way someone coughs, even the way someone fucking farts. Inspiration can literally come from anything. The rhythm of which someone taps their fingers on a wooden desk can be the reason why you make a song. Even the way someone smells. If you're in a cafe and you smell coffee, how does that make you feel? Does it piss you off? Does it make you feel anxious? Do you feel relaxed? Does it give you a headache? Recognize how you react to certain sounds or smells and take note on how that makes you feel. Or in other words, start reflecting and being aware of your brain and how your subconscious reacts to your environment. Carl Jung says to make the unconscious conscious. Your unconscious is aware of all the things you don't actively see or think of. Writing down your thoughts and just letting your brain roam free on a piece of paper can unlock hidden thoughts and emotions that you weren't even aware was in your brain. And this is relevant to the video because, like I said, part of finding your inspiration is keeping your eye open and being observant. But when your brain is used to being so one-dimensional, it's easy to miss this beautiful creation of life. And life is truly like a movie in the sense that there's just so many things going on a day-to-day basis and so many things to explore. And for some people, this movie can be like one big bucket where every time you reach your hand in it, a new item comes out every time. But for most people, we live in this bucket that has little to no variety, and we get the same item every time we reach our hand in it. My personal philosophy is to sort of just mix the two together. Feeling the need to go out and have fun every day just isn't something that's good for my brain. It's also important to know that our sources of inspiration can vary depending on the setting that we're in. I know this may seem obvious. If you're in a big city like New York, Bangkok, Paris, the inspiration you feel there can be very different than the inspiration you would feel a small town in the Midwest. Let's just do a generalization here. Think of New York. You think, okay, fast paced, loud people, people, food, and then you think about a small Midwestern town. What do you see? What do you feel? I see a diner, abandoned building, a church. How do I feel? I feel cold, isolated. Your environment plays a huge role in what inspires you, which is why I'm saying if you have the capability to do so, go explore, just get out there. You don't have to go to a new country or a new city. Sometimes it's really just about breaking your routine. Maybe you can go to a new grocery store, go to the next town over. You never know what inspiration you may find. You may go to an abandoned building because you're writing a scary novel. And for all my fashion people watching this video, which is like 98% of you, it's a good reminder to know that fashion can be anything you want it to be. I like to look at fashion sort of like an open relationship. The way that I see it, fashion is a collection of ideas lumped into pieces of fabric. Runway shows typically tell a story. They have a theme. I'm saying this because when I design clothing, I take heavy inspiration from architecture. I have a lot of books with interior design. I just like to look through it because it evokes certain emotions within me that carries into my design process. Like I've cut out some pages from the books and pinned them on my wall just so I can see it every time that I'm sewing. And I know a lot of fashion people can get sucked into the thought process that I make clothes, so I have to look at other clothes or pieces of fashion in order to feel inspired, which is 100% fine. Don't just limit yourself to one source of inspiration, because remember, inspiration is everywhere. That just about does it for this video. I wanted this video to be a good reminder. You don't have to just look at social media for inspiration. This is probably your first time watching me, so if you want to see more content like this, like and subscribe. We're on the road to 50K, so if you want to be a part of this journey, please subscribe. It really helps me out, and in return, you're going to be able to watch a lot more content like this. Join the Discord, follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok, link in the description. I love you guys, and as always, I'll see you soon.